Disclaimer. Parts of this script are heavily simplified for ease of understanding. A long time ago, there was a lot of nothing. And then, if scientists are to be trusted, there was a dot in the nothing, which then decided to stop being a dot and start being everything else. The dot got much bigger very fast and became a lot of very hot, rather boring stuff, floating in a very big universe. They were not floating in an empty nothing, as is commonly believed, but instead on a kind of big stage of space and time, upon which they could do things, influence other things, and even bend the stage through something called gravity. All of this hot stuff was really made of many tiny particles, which you can think of like dots, even though they are probably something fancier, like cosmic strings or fluctuating fields. All of the hot stuff then clumps together to form very big spheres of hot called stars. The stars were so heavy that they squeezed themselves enough to crush the boring hot stuff into more interesting hot stuff, which they would eventually release after they ran out of hot stuff to squeeze, and then either fizzle out if they're boring or explode if they're more interesting. Most of the stuff went back into making stars, but a little bit of it clumped into small spheres that went around the stars, or smaller spheres that spun around the spheres. These are called planets and moons, respectively. On the whole, that's about it. A lot of beautiful dead stuff dancing around in a huge stage. But if we were, for some reason, to decide to look into this unremarkable group of stars, we can see a planet where life has emerged. A little creature which can stop being dead for a little while to do something, and then start being dead again. This is the exact moment that pain and suffering was invented, but also happiness, so I can't really decide if this is a good thing. The little creature multiplied, and then they multiplied, and soon they filled the oceans, and then they became boring and did basically nothing for 3 billion years, and then realized that they could join together to make bigger bits of life. Thus began the Cambrian explosion, in which life just played around with different ways of existing. Almost all of these unique designs were promptly killed by lowering sea levels because, take note, the stage we call the universe is utterly apathetic to everything we do. Some of the survivors picked themselves up, wormed their way onto land, and then were almost all killed again, this time by a huge hole in the bits of rock that make the Earth, which released a bunch of lava and deadly gas. Then we got very big bugs because someone forgot to turn the oxygen down, and weird mammal lizards, which were almost all killed again by lava. Then we had dinosaurs, which were almost killed again, and then they really were all killed by a combination of a big rock falling from the sky and yet more lava. Remember, the universe does not care. Mammals came along and took over, and then nearly all died again by a combination of yet more lava and these weird ape dudes. These ape creatures, which called themselves humans, then proceeded to invent peace, war, the wheel, swords, poetry, science, atomic bombs, medicine, antibiotic resistance, video games, and climate change. A very mixed bag. Nature then basically said, "I don't care about you at all, have a worldwide disease." That's where we are today. Mildly intelligent apes who are doing a great job of almost killing themselves, living on a big rock, going around a bigger star in a truly gargantuan universe that does not care a fig about them one way or the other. The universe will most definitely become boring nothing again at some point, but if we are correct, we might be able to spend billions or trillions of years making this universe we call home a better place. That, or we simply destroy our little moist rock. The outcome is up to us, but hey, we've come this far. Surely we can't quit now. Hello, welcome to the bit after the video. I hope you enjoyed. This is the mandatory YouTube reminder to subscribe if you'd like to see more science, philosophy, and programming content, plus whatever this is. I will see you around.